So, in the crypto space, HEX is kind of an enigma. There's really never been anything seen like this before, and I want to cover the aspects that make it an enigma, and I want to cover why predicting future price action could be potentially very difficult because it is so unlike anything that's ever been seen before. The biggest unknown out there that I think that we do not know how it's going to affect the market is HEX isn't on any exchanges. I cannot overstate how unknown of a situation that's creating. It's not on Binance, it's not on Kraken, it's not on Coinbase, it's not on Bitfinex, it's not on Gemini, it's on none of these things. We have never seen a high market cap crypto that was not on a mainstream exchange. It's never happened before. There is an untold number of variables that throws into the air, and we don't even know what they are. I mean, we don't know what effect these exchanges are having on the market. We don't know if these exchanges are run by a very select small number of entities that are conducting all of the front running and wash trading on their own. I mean, there's so many variables that cannot be accounted for that it truly emphasizes how enigmatic HEX really is. So this is going to be very interesting to see how it does going forward without being on any real centralized exchanges. Another thing is TradingView is kind of a big deal as far as cryptos go. Everybody does a lot of sharing of charts and does a lot of charting. It's kind of a social network in itself, TradingView is. And HEX is being censored from TradingView. It's not there at all. So there's an entire group of traders that potentially don't use Twitter. The only thing they may have ever heard about HEX is from some maximalist Bitcoiner that said that it was a scam. That may be the only time they've ever heard of it. They may not be very familiar with the price action because they can't chart it on TradingView. So that's a big blind spot for people. And then of course the big thing is there's no mining. That's everybody knows there's no mining in HEX, but that is going to have a huge effect on price because of lack of miners paying electric bills. And I know you've heard Richard say that 100 times. And then another component, though, that isn't talked about as much is HEX has no dev fee. There's no developer fee. So there's a lot of projects out there not a lot of projects, but there's several projects out there. Specifically, the Zcash project is one that I'm familiar with that have a dev fee in which every month they have to dump untold numbers of coins on the open market just to pay for their offices and to pay their developers. HEX doesn't have that. It doesn't have any offices. It doesn't have any developers. It doesn't have any payrolls to put out. It doesn't have any of that. It's a completed project, and I don't think that, and that's never existed before. I don't know of any circumstance in which a coin has been released that was not using its own ecosystem to dump on the heads of holders in order to fund ongoing development. I've never seen a crypto that wasn't doing that. HEX is the first. And it's an enigma. It's going to be very interesting to see how it performs price-wise because there's so many reasons why we've never seen anything like it.